Well, I had someone recently ask on my last video if I'd go a little more in depth about how my hitch system works, and then how it's like hauling this thing, and if I had any troubles while on the road with it. And so yeah, first off, I'll just show you how the whole hitch here works. Oh, first off, I can adjust this to the proper height. I just got this cotter pin here. This is all just 1-inch square steel, and then this is just some 16 gauge steel plate that I put here to reinforce it. It's probably overkill, but I just didn't want to have any issues with it. And then I got a plate here. I bought this heavy duty bike rack, cargo bike rack off Amazon for like $50. It's rated for like I think 310, 320 pounds. And then I made this plate here with my pin. So it's just a bolt. It goes all the way through. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. So it's just a bolt. I cut the head off of it, and then I had to unfortunately grind it down a little bit so it would fit the heim joint that I have over here. This is what allows me to articulate. So it's a 3/4 inch heim joint, and I just bolted it. Just secured it to this piece of 1-inch square steel. But yeah, everything works fine. I love the way that it trails now. It's very easy to control, very manageable, very stable. I like it. But yeah, so how it goes is I just take this cotter pin out, and then, as you can see, there's the nut and the washer, and then on the other side there's another washer and nut, and then there was a head to this bolt that I cut off, and then just drilled a hole through it to fit the cotter pin. There's one washer there, and well, first I need to adjust this too. So well, I won't have to take it off, but I guess I'll just do it for demonstrative purposes. It might just make it easier. But anyways, once I have that adjusted to the proper height, this just goes right over the top of it. And then let's put my washer on there. Just a sec, get the cotter pin here. And just slide it through and secure it. And then there's all the articulation that it allows. And luckily I haven't had any issue with it hitting down here or anything. I rode through some crazy dirt roads to move my camper to this location, so. But yeah, works really nice. So I'll just give you a quick tour of the bicycle camper in its current configuration. Of course, the new gooseneck, which I just showed how that all works. Yeah, kind of a mess, cluttered, but it's a small space. But That's where I lay down through here and sleep. Got my 0-degree bag there. I got my wood stove. Got a little Goal Zero for charging my solar and stuff. This is a little swamp cooler that I use in the summertime. Right now, of course, I'm not using it. And then I got myself a little RV vent here. Yeah. Of course, yeah. Solar panel, which I can move around if I want. I got this long cable here. I can move it out over there if I want. Right now my solar's charged up, so I'm not worried about it. Of course, there's my stack. But yeah, I do want to put brakes back on this thing, so it's a lot more manageable to stop. Oh, well, it's already recording. So I wrote down some bullet points to just stay on topic and all that. So I already showed how the hitch setup works, the new gooseneck, why I changed the hitch. I changed it initially because the hitch setup that I had on it in my early videos, it was based off a German YouTuber's video, but I think my camper was probably just a little too heavy with all my stuff in it. And I managed to haul it 300 miles with that hitch, but it hitched on one side of my hub, on one side of the skewer on my rear bicycle wheel, and it pulled the whole wheel like out of alignment a little bit, so the rotor was wearing my brake pads unevenly, so they're all angled and stuff instead of evenly flat wearing down. They're all just crooked, and so that's initially why I decided to change the hitch up. If it was a little bit lighter for the way the German YouTuber was using it, it worked fine for if it's light like that, but I didn't initially know how heavy my camper was until I got out here to Lone Pine, and I found out that it's like 400. Well, it fluctuated at the dump between 350 and 400 pounds, so it's probably somewhere in the middle, I would say. And that's with all my stuff though, and I have a lot of gear, so like when I have this loaded up, it's filled to the brim with all my crap, so I have to move stuff outside if I want to sleep inside of it. So I have a big old tote with my gear and stuff that I have to put outside, and then of course my cooler and stuff. I could downsize a little bit more if I was going to be like going for a long distance travel, but you know, I've accumulated the maximum amount of stuff that I can for the small space that I have. So if I'm not using it, I have to get rid of it. I can't really sit around too much, so and then what it's like hauling the trailer. It's heavy. The trailer is very heavy, extremely heavy. Initially, when I guess it goes along with the other question, well, something that I added on here. No, they didn't ask me this, but what inspired me to build the camper was during COVID, and I was going through some bad times, so I built the camper called the bank, told them to pick up my car, well, their car, and quit my job, left my relationship. It was a very difficult time, and I just decided to go to minimalism. I felt suffocated by too much financed stuff and the rat race and all that. And I guess with COVID happening, things didn't seem as stable as they, as they looked, I guess. So I built the camper, and I purposefully didn't do an e-bike or anything like that. I wanted to feel the weight of the camper when I was moving it, and that I did. So I jokingly call it my suffering machine, and that it is. Going uphill is very, very slow. I'm in the very lowest gear, and then I'm having to pause sometimes because I get just so pumped out, and I have to like hold the brakes, wait a sec, and then try to get it moving again. I once had to push the camper about 25 miles in a headwind from Mojave, like from the junction for the 58, from the 395 and the 58 to Tehachapi. So it was like 50-mile-per-hour gusts. That was horrible. And cool fact though, the fastest that I gone with the camper, I was coming out of Tehachapi back through the windmill farm, the back way to Mojave, and I got up to 43.2 miles per hour. So that's pretty fast. Yeah. And it would have gone faster. I was going downhill and had a crazy tailwind, so it was just like a sail, wind sail, just. I was working the brakes back and forth to try to not burn them up, and yeah. Let's see. I guess I went over what inspired the camper. I just wanted to go to minimalism, so I was tired of the way I was living. And then what is it like living in it? I like it. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. I've been doing it for almost, close to 4 years. It's been 3 years and like 9 months or something that I've been doing this. So I like it. I would like to upgrade to a van. It just comes with more costs and more responsibilities. I don't make much money. I'm not gonna go into the rest of that, but yeah. Anyways, so I guess I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope that answers any questions. I hope I'm not leaving anything out, but if there's anything anybody else would like to know, just leave it in the comment down below and I will get back to you. So anyways, until next time, take care.